In this video, we're going to learn how to solve systems of equations using the elimination method. All right, so elimination, another way we can say that, like to eliminate something, is to get rid of it. So our goal in these problems is to eliminate a variable or get rid of x or y. All right, and let's look at a couple examples before we get more into that. So let's take us back to elementary school. If I ask you to do 2 plus 2, right? 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 minus 2, think about that for a sec. Probably got it by now. 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, but what if I just give you, this isn't really a problem, but I have negative 2 and 2, right? I just give you those two numbers. What operation are you going to use to get those to 0? Well, they're opposites, so I'm going to go ahead and add them. Negative 2 plus 2 is 0. All right, so again, the question we're asking ourselves is, what operation do we use to get to 0? Okay, so that's one with numbers. Let's check out some variables. All right, so I'm going to format this in the same way. Let's say I have x plus y. In that case, there's not really a simplifying it. It's the expression x plus y. Okay, let's take a look at x plus x. Right, something that makes a little more sense. These are like terms, so I can combine them to get 2x. All right, and now if I give you x minus x, right, so x plus x was 2x, x minus x is 0. Okay, what if I give you just 2 positive x's? I'm not going to tell you the operation yet. What operation can we use to get to 0? Is it going to be x plus x or x minus x? And if we take a short look just to our left here, we can see that x minus x is 0. So when we had the exact same numbers or variables, we could subtract to get to 0. When they were opposites, we had to add. Let's take a look at one more example. But this time we're going to add a few variables. So 5x plus y and 2x minus y. So here in this column, I see positive y and negative y. What operation can I use on those to get to 0? Well, they're opposites, so if I add them, right, y plus negative y, that's going to get me to 0. But I'm not just adding those, I'm adding the entire expression. So 5x plus 2x is 7x, y plus negative y is 0. 7x plus 0 can be simplified to 7x. It's just like a big addition or subtraction problem. And we did what we accomplished, right? If we think back to the beginning, I said our goal with elimination is to get rid of y. We accomplished that. We eliminated y. All right, let's take a look at a system of equations now. So if I give you this system of equations, x plus 4y equals 15 and 6x plus 4y equals 5. I'm going to say solve this system using elimination. So let's try a couple things out. What if I add? Let's see what happens. So I'm going to add the equations together. X plus 6x is 7x. 4y plus 4y is 8y. 15 plus 5 is 20. Okay, unfortunately, I did not eliminate a variable. So we're not going to add. Let's try subtraction. All right, and we're going to subtract the entire equation. X minus 6x is negative 5x. 4 minus 4 is 0. 15 minus 5 is 10. All right, and it looks like that did it. Right, 4y minus 4y was 0, so we ended up eliminating the variable y. And now we have something we can solve. Negative 5x plus 10, when I divide both sides by negative 5, I get that x is negative 2. But if we think back to our graphs, the solution to a system is where the two lines cross. And that's going to be an ordered pair. So x equals 2 is not quite done with the problem. Let's use one of our original equations. Either one, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to substitute, it's x equals negative 2, so I'm just going to put negative 2 in for x. So we get negative 2 plus 4y equals 15. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. 4y equals 17. And unfortunately, it's not a super nice number, but that is okay. All right, y equals 17 over 4. Whoops, I circled that, but let this be a lesson to you. That is not the answer. The solution is the ordered pair, negative 2, comma 17 over 4. All right, one last example. So we are going to solve this system using elimination. 2x minus 4y equals negative 6. Negative 4x plus 4y equals 8. Our goal is to solve the system. All right, now that we've had lots of practice getting to 0, let's decide what we need to do here. Negative 4y plus 4y, let's see, that does equal 0, so I'm going to add these up. So 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2x. Negative 4 plus positive 4 is 0. And negative 6 plus 8 is 2. Negative 2x plus 0 is just negative 2x. And then we divide both sides by negative 2. And we get x is negative 1. Again, not quite finished. We need to make sure we have an ordered pair. So using one of the original equations, I'm just going to use the top one. No reason in particular. And now I'm going to replace x with the negative 1 that we just solved for. Add 2 to both sides, and we're going to finish up solving for y. And we get y equals 1. Again, I circled it, but the actual solution here is negative 1, 1.